Hello, I'm Ellie, and this is what I did next. Welcome back to my garden. It is autumn now, and it's very windy. Last time I saw you guys, everything was flowering, and then after the flowers come the fruit or the seeds. So that's what I'll be showing you today. So the sunflowers all bloomed really nicely, and I have never seen more bees in my entire life. They just loved it, and often I'd even see multiple bees on the same sunflower, and we had the sunflowers in 2 troughs, one either side of the garden, and I'd just be sat there at the garden table and watching them go from one side to the other. So I definitely want to grow sunflowers again because it just seems so good for the pollinators. And something that surprised me about the sunflowers was I'm so used to seeing them when they've just opened, and they're very flat. You know, they're like a dish, aren't they? But as they progress, actually the brown bit in the middle gets bigger and bigger and bigger until it looked kind of like a donut. And I don't know, I'd never noticed that before. And then you leave it to dry off. When it goes a bit past it, don't just chuck them and throw them away, because they have so many seeds in there. And actually these sunflowers I bought were from the vegetable section in the garden centre, because the seeds are meant to be what you grow these for. They're the eating seeds. And so you let the heads of the sunflowers dry out, and then you just brush the flowery bits away after it's dried out, and then you can see all the seeds underneath. And so I harvested them. If it was a wetter summer, I would have cut the heads off and then took them inside to dry out, but it was such a dry summer that I just left them on there. But you do have the risk of them rotting if it rains once it's got to that point. So if you are going to do this, chop them off, bring them inside. So I chopped all the heads off, and I spent a Sunday afternoon just extracting all the seeds. What you have to do is you just have to kind of loosen them and then just whack them on the table, and loads of them fall out. Not all of them are going to be usable. Some of them weren't really fully developed, so I didn't take all of them. But the amount of seeds I got, I couldn't believe. Even just one head of a sunflower had a pot this big. So if you're my friend, you might be getting some seeds. But you can eat them. They're really good for you. It took me about 3 hours solid to harvest all the seeds from them, but actually that might sound awful to some people, but I found that really relaxing, methodical. So I actually had a really great afternoon just relaxing, getting these seeds out. And what you often don't see with gardening videos, often people plant things and they grow and it's oh wow, it's amazing. But there's also, when things end, you have to deal with that. Especially if you have a small garden where you want to use the pot for something else, like spring bulbs, for instance. You have to cut things down and put them in the green bin or put them on the compost heap. I don't have a compost heap, we don't have space for that. I thought about maybe saving the stems as canes, because the canes I used for the beans and stuff, I got them from trimming back a hedge, basically. It was a bit of dead hedge, and I realised there were some really long sticks, I guess, in there. And so I thought, well, I'll save these and I'll use them as garden canes. But when I chopped open the sunflower stalk, it's actually quite spongy inside. It's like foam. It's really interesting. So yeah, I just cut them into bits and put them into the green bin, and then had to sweep up all the dirt that inevitably comes out of that. So, but yeah, not all gardening is fun and oh, look what I've grown. Sometimes there's a lot of sweeping up dirt, honestly. Let's not talk about the carrots. Let's just not, actually. I'm sure it'll be fine. I probably am going to pull them up and it will just be one tangled mess. But yeah, that's okay. Moving on. The peppers are doing amazing. They are probably, well, they're one of the best things that I've grown this year. Thank you, Jill, for giving them to me. I've harvested some peppers from there that are like full size, like the same size as supermarket peppers. I couldn't believe it. I should have cropped some of bits off to get more of those big peppers, but I just let it do its thing. I'm actually being a bit more patient now, and there's one on there that is actually turning yellow, because with peppers, they start off green and then they go yellow and then they go red. Quite a few of them have got holes in from where things have been eating them, but that's okay. You know, I'm gonna share it with the bugs. I think the tomatoes have been a little bit less successful this year, but I still have got a decent amount, and actually I don't care because I don't like tomatoes. I enjoy growing them. I mean, I'll put them in a sauce, like a spag bowl, like cooked, it's fine, but I'm not a raw tomato person. I don't even like the smell. Like, I brush past a tomato plant and I'm like, ugh. Anytime I deal with them, I'm like washing my hands straight after. The salad that I had in what used to be the snail enclosure, now my miniature greenhouse, I did actually end up planting that out. I made it into a hanging basket, and the reason why is because then I could keep it straight outside the kitchen and then just nip out there and get some leaves, which is really nice. But literally overnight, it was decimated by caterpillars. Like, the night before it was all there, it was all lovely flowering and everything, and then it was gone. And I feel a bit peeved because every year I let nasturtiums grow, and that's like, have that, you know? That's why I let them grow, is so that the caterpillars have something to have. Like, don't have mice. I should have covered it. I should have covered it. It's my fault. Yeah. So the beans did really well, which obviously I expected. I've never had beans fail on me. I think if you're thinking of doing one vegetable, do beans, because they're great and they have flowers and they're nice. So yeah, we got several harvests from them, and I'm actually not a huge fan of like runner beans, to be honest, but when you grow them yourself, they do actually taste better. So now, at this point, I've taken them down, so I let them dry out, and then I did leave some bean pods on the plant because that's where you harvest the sort of bean seeds from, and then you can grow them again next year and you don't have to buy any. So that's what I did. Oh my goodness, it was so satisfying getting the like little beans out. I'll insert the clips and leave the sound on because it is ASMR. But yeah, then I had to go through the tricky business of cutting it all off because beans are like climbers. They wind themselves around everything. And we've also got like fairy lights on that trellis. And so I was like cutting them and trying not to cut any wires. So my courgette, it grew so big. And I think it's been a good year for courgettes. I've heard from other people that, like, my sister-in-law said that her friends that grew them just didn't have enough people to give them to. Like, but I will, let's be real, courgette doesn't really taste of anything, does it? Like, I'm sure it's very good for you. I'm sure it has a lot of fibre in it. I enjoy growing it, let's just say that. But like, I don't love courgette as a vegetable. I think it's a bit pointless. It's like a filler vegetable. It's like it's on your plate and you're like, oh, okay, you're there. But poor courgette, I'm a bit mean to it. But yeah, harvested quite a few courgettes from there. But it did unfortunately suddenly get mildew, which apparently is very common. because I got a Gardener's World magazine for my birthday, and it said in there about mildew and how you're just meant to cut all the leaves off, so that's what I did. But at that point it was kind of the end of the season anyway, so it didn't really matter. So that's all the stuff that's happened in the garden that I've done. So you've seen things grow, you've seen things fruit, and also you've seen me cut them down and you know, save the seeds for next year. So who knows, I don't know if I'll be doing this next year, but we'll see. And I did want to say, actually, this isn't a gardening channel. I know it looks like one right now, but I've actually got other videos planned and on the way. I've got many other hobbies that aren't just this. I was meant to have a crochet video out several months ago, but it turned out that actually I needed glasses because every time I tried to crochet I got migraines. So that's why it's ended up being so many gardening videos in a row. But yeah, so I hope you follow me into my future ventures into other things that are not just gardening, but I do love gardening too. And also, I like sharks. I'll see you soon. Is that nice? Oh.